Let's talk about the episode. Let's talk about the episode. Kim Bella, you is delusional as I don't know what. Like, really. You really are delusional. Like, I was here for you through all your antics. But this time, Kim Bella, you delusional. And I don't even much like Yandy like that. And you're delusional. Like, I can't even much believe you at this point. Like, you had all this energy and all this big and bad. Oh, I'm ready to fight you. Oh, you shouldn't have talked about me or whatever. But Chrissy did what she did to you, stumping your face in and kicking your face in and punching your face in. You ain't do none of that to her, but you wanna, you know what, Kim Bella, you is delusional. Like, really, you are delusional. After all these seasons has passed, we on season 10. You've been mad at Yandy since season 1 up until now. You now decide to tell us why you mad at Yandy and why you mad at Yandy and why you been waiting all this time to hang around this woman and tell this woman why you really mad. You as messy as I don't know what, Kim Bella. Like, I don't know, me start off at the end of the show, but today, we starting at the end. Like, Kim Bella, you are delusional. Like, really, 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 you are delusional. Like, I cannot, like, really? After 10 seasons, you decide not to tell Yandy what you really feel about her and how she talked about you in this fight between you and Chrissy. Yes, the situation was messed up. Why should I jump in and try to defend you when you, well, Chrissy had no business putting her hands on you. We gonna start there. Chrissy had no business putting her hands on you for starters. I will give you that one. However, Yandy is not the type of person that would sit there, watch you get your behind whooped, jump into the fight, get her behind whooped, all because you wanted to tell Emily you had an affair with her boyfriend or that was her husband at the time when that happened. Like, I'm sorry. Yandy did exactly what she had to do at the time of that happening when Chrissy thought you were being disrespectful to Emily and she mollywopped you like Yandy said. You want Yandy to get beat down because you're getting beat down? Excuse you. Now you ought to know Yandy by now. Yandy ain't about to jump in no mess. Yandy is not about to help you. Yeah, they ain't about to help you. Yeah, they finna have her legs up in the air and get punched and kicked in the face because of you. Like, I'm sorry, Campbella. I thought you was gonna bring up a valid reason why you been mad at this girl for all these years, and this all you can come up with. Because basically she sought she was at the nail shop with Jonathan, basically talking about the events that happened and how she said, how are you and Chrissy friends after that woman wore you out in that hotel room or that suite and now you friends with her. And then you had the audacity and the nerves to be mad at Yandy after all this time has passed. You ain't Oh, excuse me. You and Yandy been cool for how long? She even helped you out with the baby mama situation. She even interfered and helped you with that. So basically what you're saying is you helped her out with the baby mamas. You expected her to get her face pushed in because you got your face pushed in by by Chrissy. That's what you're saying. Like Yandy, Campbella, I cannot and I will not with you. Like, I can't even much believe you. I thought you were about to say something interesting. Like, the girl did all she can do to stop that girl will stop Chrissy for beating your face in. Like somebody said, she was there holding the bag. Remember, Yandy was in front of her. She pushed Yandy on you in your lap. Do you not remember? See, you gonna tell it. You gonna tell the story, Kimberly. You gonna tell the story correct. I was there season one. I remember that beat down you received. I remember it all. You brought up that story about sleeping with Emily, husband, boyfriend, whatever he was, fabulous at the time. Chrissy took it and ran with it like you slept with Jim. She attacked you for no reason because she thought you was being disrespectful to Emily. Emily didn't have nothing to say about it. Chrissy took it into her own hands, decided to beat you down. No, you didn't deserve it. No, it wasn't the right time to bring that up. But I understand you for bringing that up to her now. You couldn't smile and be faking this woman's face without telling her, look, I might have slept with your boyfriend, your fiance, wherever he was to you at the time. We had a thing in the past. I commend you for bringing that up and not being fake in front of that woman's face, knowing that you and Fabulous might have had a thing. I commend you for that. However, you want your good girlfriend Yandy to get her face kicked, punched, thrown on the ground, legs up in the air like you got. Basically, Yandy was the referee that whole time that was going on. Yandy was holding her back. She pushed Yandy on you. Matter of fact, Yandy was in the background. Hey, no, don't do this, no. Like Yandy was yelling and hollering, like somebody said. I'm not understanding how you want Yandy to get beat up because you're getting beat up. And if you're gonna be mad at Yandy, I was expecting a whole lot, maybe something more vital or important in there. Like Kimberly, you lost me with that. Like, I cannot and I will not with you after that. Like, just sitting there listening there. I said, and this is why you mad at Yandy after all this time. Not cause the baby mama situation, but because she didn't get beat up because you was getting beat up. Yandy did what a friend would do. They don't want to get involved, but when it comes to getting, a little bit too aggressive, they will, however, jump in, try to defuse the situation, try to get you off their friends. When Chrissy started charging at you, Yandy was there in a big yellow shirt holding Chrissy back, trying not to let her get to you. Unfortunately for Yandy, Chrissy was a little bit more powerful than her, and that's why Yandy ended up in your lap, ended up falling on the sofa because she pushed her. Well, she pushed Yandy on top of you. And that's when you got hit by Chrissy, and that's when Chrissy beat you down. I don't know what you were expecting. I'm finna move along now. I had to get that out. That's like, I cannot with you, Kimbella. I don't need much like Yandy like that, and I'm defending Yandy. Like, you really need to go and reevaluate your life, and that's why you really mad at Yandy. Like, really, you need to go see somebody, because there's something wrong with you at this point. Like, really. Jonathan, you're messy. You start a lot of stuff, but I will commend you for helping out your nephew. Yandy decided to throw an event to help your nephew raise the money for he can walk or start to walk or get his surgery for he can walk. I commend you for that, and I appreciate for that. You raised $97,000. That was good. Chrissy couldn't put away her pride long enough to show up to the event, but I don't know if she's sent a check or not, but she couldn't, put her differences aside to go and support your nephew. But I'm glad that Kim Bella showed up. I'm glad that she got along. She did her thing or whatever. And she put the beef aside just for that little moment. to help you out in your time of need. So I was grateful and thankful for that. And I'm glad you put away the mess just for a little while, because you was being kind of messy at that little event, telling Yandy to go over there and talk to Kim Bella or to check past Kim Bella. So I'm gonna ignore all that, and I'm glad that you raised the money for your nephew for he can get himself together. Samaya, I really didn't have no issue with you. Like, you was kind of annoying season one. That's about it I can say about you. You was kind of annoying. You worked on my nerves at time, but I ain't really had no pressure with you. I'm happy you back. I'm glad you and your skin, what is it, skin tea, all of it end up being tea at the end. Well, all of it end up being tea at the end. I'm glad you in that skinny tea business or skin tea or whatever tea you running out with that made you rich and now you successful with that. Good job on that. I'm glad to see you back or whatever. Well, I'm just glad to see you back in general because you was like I said, ain't had no pressure with you. You was cool in my book, and um you was cool in my book, and you was alright in my book, and I ain't had no issue with you or whatever. But let's get back to the Olivia and Rich situation. Now, Cisco, whatever the hell Rich did to you, I don't know if he didn't give you some or you had feelings for Rich or had a crush on Rich, but you acting like a jealous female at this point. I do believe that you will go that far and show Rich a lesson like they showed in that clip, and you will go and try to bash Rich and call and tell Olivia that Rich did steal for her. I believe you did it. I believe you do it. I remember y'all feud. I remember y'all arguing and all that. I do believe you'll do it. You can say no, you didn't do that, or you didn't say that to you blue in the face. Cisco, don't nobody believe you. You was annoying then, and you annoying now. Like, if I don't never see you again, you little bald head Buddha, it would never be you know what? If I never see you again, you little bald head Buddha, it won't be too soon for me. Like, I believe you did it. You put a bug in that woman ear. I don't care what you say. Out of all the enemies Rich had, you was by far quite the annoying one, and the mean, well, you wasn't mean. You was the annoying one, and the one that wouldn't go away. You was bothering, harassing Rich any way you can, from his affairs to the girls he was dating to his business, and we supposed to believe that you went and put a bug in Olivia's ear to make her turn on Rich after 5 years. Now all of a sudden she talking about some, I've been trying to reach Rich. He got different addresses. He got new phone numbers and all that. I've been trying to contact Rich. I ain't gonna believe that. You know what? I don't believe for 1 second you put a bug in Olivia's ear. Wait now, all of a sudden, after all these years have passed, as old as December is, you mean to tell me now all of a sudden now that woman feel like she got played, she got used? She had all the time in the world to find Rich. And she really wanted Rich, she could have found Rich. Trust and believe, Rich ain't never missed a season of Love in Hip Hop yet. I think he might have missed 1 season, or he didn't have too many roles on 1 season. She know Mona Scott number. Just like Mona Scott found your number, Olivia, you could have got Rich number. You ain't gonna tell me that you couldn't find Rich in 5 years. Olivia, I love you down, but you ain't gonna tell me you couldn't have found Rich even if you wanted to find Rich. You knew exactly where Rich was at. You know exactly who to contact, who to find out where Rich at, but you can contact him or whatever. You found him on this show. Mona Scott found your number to call you back on this show. You can ask for Rich number, or Mona Scott letting this play out on the show, pretending like you ain't know where Rich was for 5 years. I'm not buying it, Olivia. And I'm not buying that Cisco then put his hand in there somehow and stirred the pot to have Olivia coming for Rich this hard. Cause like Rich is consistent, and his mama, I believe her also. She was in charge of the Bulls. Like she said, I remember that season. Rich, that was Rich record. He just put you on it. He was first gonna put Erica on it, but he put you on it. That was his record. You did some shady underhand stuff too in the past, Olivia. You went and worked for Cisco of all people, one of Rich enemies. So I'm supposed to believe and incline that Rich stole from you and that was his record and all the stuff that goes in the music videos and all that and the money from the album sales and the money from the song and all that. Olivia, you messed up somewhere, my dear. I don't know who sent you on this wild goose chase, but you messed up somewhere. I was not happy to see Peter Guns again. I was not. I'm. Let's just keep him behind the scenes as a guest, acting like he a mafia or somebody or a god or something, setting up meetings and all that. Like Cisco, you still got a hard on for Rich. After all these years, you still got a hard on for Rich Dollars. Rich Dollars got diabetes right now, and you still got a hard on for Rich. And I do believe that you put a bug in that woman's ear. You nasty and messy enough to do that. Just like you was interfering with that man's relationships and his affairs and trying to get his leftovers every season. What makes us not to believe that you didn't put a bug in Olivia's ear? And if Olivia really wanted Rich this bad, she know how to contact him. She know how to contact Mona Scott and to get Rich number or to get Rich address. You ain't gonna tell me after 5 years you don't know how to contact Reg. You don't know people that could get you in contact with Reg. Olivia, I love you, but I ain't buying it at all. I think you full of BS right now. I don't know who put you on this little wild goose chase you going on, but hopefully you will find yourself and realize that that man ain't steal from you. That was that man's record. That was that man's song. He was not supposed to put you on the track. And like they said, you didn't pay for nothing. He paid for everything. And according to that, and I didn't see enough to know, once you come in and they paying for everything, they gonna get their cut. You might see it as stealing or stealing or robbing you out of your money. They seeing as getting their money back for the stuff they gave you as they artists. So you gonna find out the hard way that Rich ain't still a goddamn thing for you. Like Yandy said, I don't believe for 1 second Rich stole from you. You making it hard to defend my friend. I don't believe it. I'm not buying it. Just like Yandy didn't believe it. Ain't nobody gonna believe that at all. And like Rich said, he went to Cisco and confronted him. But Rich, with you and your diabetes, you don't need to be doing all that hollering and that yelling. Every time you raised your voice and started yelling, you was turning red as a tomato. You need to cut that out. Do not let Mona Scott have you doing all that yelling, knowing you can't handle that with the kind of blood you got and dealing with your diabetes. You gonna pass out trying to argue with somebody that want to have sex with you and you scray and they want to have fun with you and have sex with you. Rich, you never let nobody get you out of your character like that, including Cisco. Because I think Cisco got a thing from you. Because the way he was acting and how he wanted you so bad, Cisco got a thing for you, running behind your leftovers and all that. Like, it was a mess. So, like, really, I don't even much want to see Cisco, but I do agree with him. I do agree with him. I do agree with the one thing he said. Let's do a sit down. Let's do a sit down and see where she getting this from. I agree with that. Let's do a sit down and let's see where she getting this all from. Cause I ain't tell her nothing. And right now she just running her mouth. And I ain't saying that like that. Why would I say something like that? Like, I do believe that. Let's talk about Yandy, and she's still denying that she threw shade at Chrissy in that article. Yandy, you did throw shade. You did talk about that woman. You did sit there in your little own snaky, shady way. Oh, that's the time I stopped working for Jim when they lost their house. You was being shady with that article, and you knowing I'm not going back down that shady thing with you. Jonathan, you are a fool to keep on defending Yandy. You'll figure out sooner or later Yandy is shady, and she was shady reading that article. You don't see it, but if nobody else ain't gonna tell you, you'll figure it out the hard way about that article and all that. So I ain't going back down that path. It was one more thing I want to talk about, but I can't find it. I can't find it. I can't find it. I think I said it. Yeah, that was about it. That was about it. That was all. That was pretty much all that happened. But anyways, though, y'all, that was the episode. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Bye.